Hey everyone, this is Red Ranger. Hope you're doing good. And in today's episode, I'm actually unboxing this new little baby, which is the Fujifilm X-T2. So as you guys know, I've been a Fuji shooter for quite a while now. I've actually shot with the X100. That was 5 years, 6 years ago when it actually came out. You can actually see a review right here. And I updated my kit with the X Pro 2. So I was a Nikon shooter and upgraded to the X Pro 2 and I sold all my Nikon gear. You wanna see that video? It's right here. I never know where it is. It's somewhere up. This is literally the best camera I've had. I bring it everywhere. I love this camera so much that I actually got the X70 because I wanted to have the ultra portable kit from Fuji. But since I'm literally in love with that system, I decided to also get, I think, the best DSLR out there, and it's the Fujifilm X-T2. And you might ask yourself why, I'm buying the X Pro 2 and the X-T2. Well, I'm not intending to use the cameras the same way. I mean, this is my street photography beast. This is my camera that I bring everywhere, depending on what I do. If I go for like a dinner or something, I'll bring the X70. But if I'm serious about my photography and I'm going to the street of a new country or just here in Montreal and Toronto where I spend most of my time, I bring the X Pro 2. But when I came to think about the DSLR form factor that I liked so much. I like the Nikon DSLR form factor so much that I actually looked into Fuji and saw that there is quite a similar system, which is the Fuji X-T2. And I've heard so many good things about the X-T1. Again, decided to go with the X Pro 2 because of my street photography. But now that I have the option to have a 24 megapixel sensor within a mirrorless system, I think the choice for me was pretty clear that I needed to have the X-T2 here for all the pro shoots that I do. That includes some portraiture, also some weddings, some concert photography. This will be the beast. And I actually brought the lens here that will definitely be on most of the time. And this is the 16 to 55 2.8. It felt a bit clunky on the X Pro 2. I think the X Pro 2 is kind of the prime lens body. You want to use prime lens on it. This is the 35 the 35 f2. But this, I think, and what I read and what I saw online, is actually more suited for the DSLR form factor of the Fuji X-T2. So let's deep dive right into it. So today is not a full review. I will unbox this. I will show you what's in the box, but also I'll start shooting fairly shortly, actually today, and I'll report on my first days with the X-T2, and you'll actually be able to see some of my shots on my Instagram feed. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you should actually go right here and start following me because I'll be posting a lot of shots about the X-T2. Enough talking, let's go into the box and see what's in the box of the Fujifilm X-T2. So if I open it up right here, Fujifilm has been known for their packaging. I mean, they're pretty good. I think they learned a couple of lessons from Apple. They're pretty tight when it comes to the packaging. And if you look at the Fujifilm X boxes, it's always pretty neat. So a couple of literature here. I'll leave that here. As always, I highly recommend that you download the manual online and put it in your iPad, iPhone, Android phone, whatever you're using, because when you're on location, you don't want to be searching for your manual. So let's open the X-T2 right here. The manuals that I was talking about. Put that right into the box. And I guess here's the main act, right? We deep dive right into it. And there is the X-T2 in this little plastic protector here. Let's open it up right here. And there you have it. This is the X-T2. Oh yeah. So this is really why I wanted this camera. I mean, I have big hands, and again, the X Pro 2, great camera, love it, but a bit small for my hands. And I actually got the grip too, so I'm waiting for that. I can't wait to have it. That will actually make it even more suitable for my big hands, and also being able to kind of have the DSLR form factor back again, but in a mirrorless system, way smaller and way more compact. So this is a 24 megapixel camera. It has a swivel screen that I started using with the X70 actually, and I found myself, oh my god, this feels really sturdy actually, way more sturdy than any other swivel screen that I use, including that G7X from Canon. So this is really stiff. This is really solid, as you cannot see, but actually you can hear. Yeah, this is really solid, and I really like the fact that they actually also brought a new way to tilt the screen, and this is a vertical tilt, just like that. So that must be pretty useful when you want to do verticals like that. And can you do it on the other side? No, it's just one way. So it's that one way here. You go like that, you unlock it, and then you can shoot vertically. I heard that there is a lot of cool features, like, and I can see that myself now, the little lock here. So when you choose your shutter speed, you can actually choose it. So let's say you go 2000, you lock it, and then you cannot turn it again. So there's no errors, or actually if you have your camera hanging on your side, you won't be picking up your camera again with a new settings. And then there is also one on the ISO dial. I really like the fact that we have an ISO dial. Don't have that on the, well, we have it on the X Pro 2, but the problem with the X Pro 2 is that it's embedded with the shutter speed. So you have to actually pull the little lever here and choose your ISO, and then you can push on the button and choose your shutter speed. As a matter of fact, I shoot mostly auto ISO when I do street photography, and also auto shutter speed because I'm on aperture priority, so it's not a big problem, but I find it a little bit cumbersome to change that. Now we have a dedicated ISO dial right here on top, and it's the same functionality, so I actually can turn it and lock it at, 3200, there you go, it's locked, cannot move. Also, we have an exposure compensation dial, just like the X Pro 2. And the function button is actually pretty, it's in a better spot. I think I find myself like hitting the function button on the X Pro 2 quite often when I don't want to. Now it's actually kind of protected between two dials here, so it's not as easy to press. So if you look at the sub dials, actually you can actually choose your metering system, so from spot to center weighted to actually the whole screen. That's pretty cool. And also your mode scene. So this is where with the sub dial under the ISO one, or sorry, the shutter speed one, no, the ISO one, you can actually choose like single shot, continuous high, bracketing, and all this great stuff. So pretty clever. And I kind of like where the buttons are sitting. It feels really natural. And in the back, you have this famous now joystick that they introduced with the X Pro 2. And now you have it on the X-T2, so you're able to choose your focus points. You can actually use it in the menus. It's not a touchscreen. Some people are mad about that. I'm not really, I have it on the X70. I find myself using it sometimes, but this joystick will come very handy when it comes to selecting your focus point and navigating the menus. So you have your buttons here. They're kind of like a little bit different than the X Pro 2. I kind of prefer the push of the buttons on the X Pro 2, but I don't dislike these buttons on the X-T2. You have your display back, you have your Q menu, so this is when you're gonna be choosing your menus that you use most often, trash can, and also the playback button, exposure lock, and autofocus lock. Pretty cool form factor. Again, I really like the fact that I'm kind of having a DSLR, but in a very, very small form factor. I really like that. So let's see what's also in the box, because there is other stuff, obviously, because you want to power this baby with a battery. Pretty sure that the battery is right in here. There's a nice little package. Again, really well packaged from Fujifilm. And look at that. So there's a little flash. Tiny little flash. Come here, little tiny flash. There you go. I'm not sure I'll be using this tiny little flash, but it might come handy. You just throw it in the bag, and there you go. You have a, let's put it on actually. You have a tiny little flash. There you go. So here it is with the actual flash itself. Again, might come handy. Not sure I'll be using it. I have the Nissan i40 that I'll be using, but hey, you never know. Having more light options is always good. There you have the strap. I'm pretty sure it's pretty consistent with the X Pro 2, so nice leather, or what looks like leather strap. Oh yeah, it's a pretty cool. I think it's the same one, yeah, from the X Pro 2. And here's your wire, AC power to charge the batteries. I think the batteries are not the same ones as in the X Pro 2. Let's put that here. And there you go. And what's that battery? NPW126S. And what do we have here? I don't have the battery here. But I'm pretty sure it's a different battery. It has the little S here. Let's put it in actually. Let's put the battery in right here. There you go. You have obviously your dual card slot right here. This is a weather sealed, weather resistant actually body. It feels like a tank actually when you have it in your hand, but it's also weather sealed. It's really good to know. And there you have it. Here you can put 2 cards in that body, so you can actually record RAW on one card, JPEG on the other one. You can actually use overflow, so you have more space, and you can also do a duplicate, so backing up all the photos you're taking. And on the side here, what you have is some inputs and some outputs, so HDMI, mini HDMI. You have an input for a microphone, so that's pretty cool when you're recording video. So you need the grip though, so everything I've read, and that's why I ordered the grip. The grip will actually not just give you more power, but also some extra features like a higher frames per second when it comes to shooting stills. And in video mode, you'll actually be able to do 4K with 30 minutes versus I think it's 10 minutes for the X-T2 body just without the grip. So pretty cool stuff. I'm gonna put the little flash thingy on here, and let's see how it looks with the 16 to 55, which is again the lens that I think I'll have most often on the body. And there you go, like that. And there you go. Yeah, it does feel, way better than on the X Pro 2, because this lens is not a small lens. But on the X-T2, it actually looks very good, and it feels more like a lens that was built for that body. So pretty cool stuff here. Let me put that back here like that, and that here. And let's open the camera and see if there's some power in the battery that they give you. And let's try it. Yeah, there's power right there. It's powering up. So let's put English, and I'll do the date later, so I'll just say okay. And there you go. So we have the big LCD there. I think the LCD is a bit less of quality, but if you look at the actual viewfinder itself, there you go. Oh man, this thing focuses really fast. Again, that's what I heard. And that's what I've seen online, but now I can actually see it myself, and it does focus very, very good. Like this. Okay, let's go here. Here. Wow, this thing is a focusing beast. That's pretty cool. Wow. So there you have it. This is the unboxing of the Fuji X-T2. Pretty excited about that. If you want to see some photos and some videos, because I'm planning on testing the 4K capabilities of this camera, follow the channel, and also you can find me online at Fred Ranger. So this is on Twitter, this is on Snapchat, this is on Instagram, and this is on my own website, which is fredranger.com. So you know what? Be happy, enjoy life, and enjoy your gear. Cheers.